This is the Nightwolf howling at you, and today we're going to sneak into Makina Lab so we can take a look at the Great White, the Makina Sports Car Submarine Combo Unit, piloted by Portia White. It includes the action figure and helmet. Fun bit of information here. Apparently, they forgot to put the stands in many of these, and if you are one who got one without a stand, they will go ahead and send you a replacement. Supposedly, they know who you are already. On the top of the box, we see some of the details here. We've got the hidden turbines, the 2 firing torpedoes, and a detailed cockpit. Also a bonus mini comic. On the bottom, we see the swappable heads. I thought it was supposed to be a helmet. Is it actually a swappable head instead of a helmet? I think the Red Gullwing, he had a helmet. The hood fin extensions, and an articulated figure. Sadly, though, the one thing that I kind of wish they would have done as an update to this from what M.A.S.K looked like is it would have been nice if they'd had actually given us more details on the face. But on this side, we just see the Great White mentioned. On the other side, we see the turbine engines. And if we open it up, we see the nice bit of detailing here and the vehicle in the box. Max speed 44.77 knots. Power source nuclear fusion. Weapons sonic disabler and torpedoes. Affiliations Makina, Rock Mountain. Pilot Portia White. Makina Vision, a Great White real-time preview window. Okay, that's kind of silly. Let's go ahead and open this sucker up. This was like the same background they gave us with the Red Gullwing. Let's go ahead and take a look at our figure first, though. She also has 4 torpedoes in there. We've got the rear view mirrors also as separate parts. And yes, the head is actually a separate piece from the mask. I guess when you get right down to it, it makes sense because of all of her hair. And again, there's a head sculpt. I do, like I said, wish they had gone ahead and decided to detail them instead of leaving it plain like the old M.A.S.K figures did. She did, in fact, have a figure in ye olden days. Oh, that came off easy. The mascot looks good. However, her figure came with a different vehicle because they never produced the shark figure or vehicle. Body-wise, they didn't really give her boobs, which is a shame. I hope when they do their version of Vanessa, they actually give her boobs. Articulation-wise, well, with the mask on, it doesn't turn very well. It is a ball joint, though, at the head. Her regular head, though, can spin to left and right a bit. And you can kind of look down, not really up because of the hair. Kind of reminds me of this octopus, back of her head. We have a hinge up, and we can spin. No bicep cut, but we have a single joint in the elbow, which gives us about 90 degrees. However, that doesn't mean that it does have a pin, so her arm can move back and forth. Should probably bring her closer. She does have a waist cut. No boob cut or anything like that. The hands are actually part of the arm, so they don't move either. Her legs can kick forward about that far. Barely any kickback. The knee is also a single joint and can bend a little around 90 also. It, however, does not have a pin to allow you to spin it. And that's it for her articulation. Looks pretty nice. The torpedoes are clear, and I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this with my beefy ass fingers. But, yeah. She's got 4 of them, so I guess if you lose one, you're okay. She comes with her own comic. We will discuss that later. We have our instructions, which I guess I am doing something I don't normally do and looking at instructions before I actually play with the toy. But this is expensive and I don't want to break it. And really hard to get replacements on these things. First off, it rolls okay. The tires do feel like they are rubberish, but the back tires especially don't really spin very well. Also, it does appear that the fin extensions for the front of it are actually stored below here on the bottom. See how good of a look at the interior we can get here. There is actually a pretty fair amount of paint apps in there. But it looks like, actually it makes sense since this is supposed to be a submarine. She is, looks like she's going after the stiletto in that image there. I'm not sure that symbol is really necessary back there. The seatbelt is elastic with a hook at the end, so we should be able to fit her in. Because it's M.A.S.K related, let's go ahead and actually put her in properly. Because the vehicles are supposed to transform with the people in them. Ugh. Alright, so we finally got her in there. That was not easy. And it looks like her seatbelt is trying to choke her out now. You know what, though? The seats do move up and down, forward and back a bit here. Essentially, I guess the idea is it's supposed to be easier for you to fit the figure in there that way. And, you know, like regular cars do. Okay, so we know that the torpedoes go in the front here. Extensively, they kind of look like the additional headlight parts. And they are spring... Holy crap. They have very loose spring triggers. The headlight at the top is, though, what launches them, and that is a really nice launching mechanism. It's a good thing they give you the extras, because you're going to lose those really easy. Maybe they should have given us an 8-pack of torpedoes. Alright, so we have the little switch here at the bottom, which should unlock most of the features. Alright, so when you push that in, it pops out the back fins here, which have the little... You can flip these around to show the turbines. Flips up the little part at the top. Now, this is where we have the extensions here. Supposedly... there we go. The fin extensions are supposed to be marked as the right and left on these. I'm kind of assuming they go with whichever side they come off of. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to end up breaking this thing before I actually get it. And, of course... Alright. So those flip up and you have to push them outward. That's not good. There we go. All right, so the periscope is kind of spring-loaded there, slightly. You actually have to push down on this part, though, to get that to open. So now we got our periscope. Oh, yeah. Okay, how do we deal with the front tires on this thing? Okay. Pull the tire out. Oh my god. Alright. Push that out. Rotate that forward. Okay, pull the fin out. Alright, let's do that again on the other side now. So we need to pull out the tire. Flip it up like that. That leaves this open. And then we have to pull out the front fin there. And once again, this one popped out. So at least on my copy, that fin just keeps on wanting to pop off there, the fin extension. By the way, that is like right in her line of sight. So while I'm sure this is meant for protection underwater, it's also a hazard for viewing. But you can blame the original cartoon for that, not the designers of the toy. And I really do wish we had a stand for this now that it's in sub mode. I mean, this does look really good. And I took the torpedoes out because I didn't want to launch them on myself again. But yeah, the bottom detailing is really good also. I mean, it doesn't look like a real car underneath, but still. The swappable turbine to hubcap is really nice. Though, logically speaking, that's not going to work very well, you know? The Makina symbol there on the back, I'm surprised they used that. I have definitely heard a lot of people have, picked up variations of this kind of item. Usually it does not transform, but people buy them to go in their display. I do remember some guy mentioning a model kit that was modified to look like the shark. So this is a vehicle people had wanted back in the day, and I'm not sure if in those what is it? I think Loyal Subjects is going to be doing a line of M.A.S.K figures for Hasbro, licensing it out. I don't know if they're going to be doing the shark as part of that or not, because again, this toy never existed back in the 80s. But this is actually really well done by Ramen Toys. Let's go ahead and transform it back. Again, the fins have to go in. There we go. I guess you actually need to have those fins in place before it'll allow you to actually oh god, what a pain in the butt. I have one extension that doesn't want to come out and one that doesn't want to stay in. And now I've already managed to screw up which side is which. And there we go. I hope you enjoyed this look at the Great White vehicle from Makina Labs with Portia White as our pilot. Said, the car looks great to me. The rolling, not so good. The front hubcaps don't move. Overall, it looks good. I think this will be a great toy to add to your M.A.S.K collection. Even if you don't have the red gull wing and you still have your original M.A.S.K toys. Actually, you know what? Being that the red gull wing was bigger than the original Thunderhawk, I actually do kind of have to wonder if this toy is actually bigger than the standard size for the other M.A.S.K figures and vehicles. Guess we'll find out. Hopefully, I will get my stand at some point in the near future. Because in the end, I think these vehicles are best suited to be displayed in their alternate modes. Otherwise, they're just car collections, right? Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you'd like to subscribe, that would be awesome. I'm still hoping to hit that 500 mark by the end of the year. And if you want to see more of my idiocy, go ahead and hit that notification button too. Mini comics, we have number 2 featuring Portia White. We get to see her doing racing with Mads Hawking watching as he's trying to assemble his team. She's also doing looks like a karate competition. And Mads Hawking wants to have a moment of her time. What's funny is that as she's talking to him about the team, she's already dressed in her uniform and has the car with her. He's telling her that they want to protect humanity from Max Devious and the evil plague. Exactly. So she's a little hesitant to believe some of this, I would say. And again, it's really too bad they didn't actually paint the face on the figures. She goes in for a swim, goes underwater, gets to see the sea life. She's amazed by it. Plays with the periscope, which, now that I think about it, it'd be kind of nice if the periscope actually, had an extension to rise it up a little bit taller. But he's flying above her as she is down below. She doesn't try out any of the weapon systems, however. And then he sends her the image of, well, whatever they're going to end up calling the stiletto driver. And for our final bit, there's an alarm going off, and it's time for them to actually check out what's going on because there is an explosion about 20 miles away. And they team up together at that point. I mean, it's a quick, easy comic. It's well done. The artwork's pretty good. It's not like the greatest artwork. And definitely, they didn't really give her a very feminine shape in the comic either. Peace and love.